Welcome to our sports massage series. The first video is pre-event. Now this is quick-paced and energizing. You want to be able to keep the client awake and you want to talk to them throughout the session unless they want to be kind of more in a meditative state before they compete or perform. So depending on what sport you're at is going to depend on what area of the body you work on or what the client asks for. So I just show a general full body pre-event sports massage. I actually slowed the video down. This isn't my normal pacing. I go a little bit faster with the pacing in order to make it more energizing. But it's pretty simple. You start out with compressions, you move your way into general petrissage, you add a little bit of vibration or friction to just break up anything that might be adhering or causing the client a little bit of restriction so they can be at their best performance. Then, after you've done all that, you can move into some joint movements and light stretching. Now, for pre-event, I prefer not to do light stretching because most likely the client has done it on their own already. Overall goal of pre-event is to just prep your client for their event. Make sure that they feel ready. So you should be encouraging them throughout the session, keeping them awake, and allowing them to feel confident in their abilities. Allow them to perform to their best of their abilities. Just help as much as you can and work with them in this situation. And here's the friction, just to try to warm up the body. I typically only do this around joints or stiff areas. I do a little bit of an ulnar blade around the hip and your typical superficial palm friction around the limbs. Usually you can save the friction for just joints though. Just remember that this is supposed to be energizing, not sedative. So instead of doing rhythmic tapotement, you want to do a range of rhythms with your tapotement in order for it to be stimulating, not sedative. When you're done with one side, make sure you flip them over and continue the process over again. You'll see that when they're face up is when I do my joint movements, because getting full range of motion when they're face down or prone doesn't work. Now, if doing palmar compressions hurts your wrists, please feel free to do a soft fist or any other tool that may feel comfortable to you. Remember, with your joint mobility, take the support off of them. You want this to be passive joint mobility. Just remember, during a pre-event, you do not want to change anything about their body because they've been training in the condition they're in, and you don't want to do any deep structural work during this time. You just want to help warm them up. And when you're all finished, help them sit up, kick their feet off the end of the table, do some grounding, make sure they're still feeling stimulated and energized, give them a little bit of a pep talk if you need to, and send them on their way.